It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Let's talk about Klay Thompson, one of the best wings in the NBA, might be the most complete shooting guard in the league. Most complete? What do you think?
I would have to say most complete. And, what I really like about his game, especially playing next to Steph Curry, when you play with a guy that has a little bit more, you tend to steal a little bit what they're doing. So, his ball handling is definitely getting better. He can help with the playmaking duties. But what I love about this guy, he can score in a variety of ways.
His defense could be stifling at times, too. I mean,
he's a great two-way player.
He's a two-way player. But I don't know if I would give him the best two-guard yet in the NBA. But he's in the rearview mirror of anybody who considered that, and James Harden probably.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. First game back in Golden State for the Warriors. They're ready to play. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with the win.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding.
He's checked in for Milwaukee. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. On the court for the Bucks, Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Miles Plumlee out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Monroe in at center.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Young outside. Expanding his range. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Monroe with a screen on Thompson. Middleton on the wing. It's hauled in by Bogut.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
The pass to Looney. A 3-ball. Rebound, Milwaukee. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
Sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads. Just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of the game right now. That free throw good from Carter Williams. Carter Williams hits them both. Young with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Bogut with a screen on Antetokounmpo. And here's Young from the arc. Rebound by Monroe. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to Indiana.
I don't like to use the... word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
I know. I'm with you there. It just seemed as though they were sleepwalking their way through that entire game. That was, in my estimation, just inexcusable.
Young passes to Looney. Bogut kicks to Thompson. Young outside, trying his luck deep, and he gets it to go. Young's got 6. Bucks leading by 4. Carter Williams dishes to Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Middleton. Pass to Plumlee. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Pondexter comes in for Andre Iguodala. The Bucks also changing it up. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Monroe, and it's Vaughn in for Chris Middleton. Here's Carter Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And was a force on the defensive side as well. 4 steals over the course of that game.
And Young kicks to Thompson. Takes a 3. And it's Young. That time on the assist by Thompson. And it's 9 points for Freak.
And from 3-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
Vaughn, the pass to Ajinça. Here's Carter Williams. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. They recover it. Again, Carter Williams missing. Golden State's gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter. This is to Barnes. No one near him. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Antetokounmpo. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Antetokounmpo's got his first points of the game. Carter Williams against Young. Kicks it to Bogut. Passes it to Barnes. Takes the 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now Carter Williams. Shot clock at 5. From deep. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Over to the left wing. Young from outside. Milwaukee with the rebound. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks ahead. They lead by a bucket. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Let's take them back.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
A lot of times, the team that owned...
Checked in for Looney. Klay Thompson comes in for Quincy Pondexter. Ian Clark's checked in for Johnson. Young is subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Bucks also changing it up. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Vaughn. Young, he's in at point guard. Bogut out there with Harrison Barnes. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Clark in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Warriors 5. To the inside, Antetokounmpo.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Thompson, left side. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Carter Williams kicks to Plumlee. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
There's 1:38 left to play here in the half. Young against Carter Williams. Pass to Bogut. The 3 from Barnes. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Unloads from 13. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. On to Tacumbo's got 6.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
On the wing, Thompson. On its way from Young for 2. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And Parker with the basket on the assist from Carter Williams. And it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Jabari Parker.
Alexis Ajinça.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Outside, out of Tacumbo to the paint. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Bucks making a switch here. Vaughn's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Warriors trail by 6. And Young kicks to Bogut. Will it go? Again, Young missing.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bucks lead by 6. And join us. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull. Different look here for the Warriors. Barnes, he's checked in for Bogut. Pondexter comes in for Andre Iguodala. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. Young is subbed in for Sean Livingston. The Bucks also changing it up. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Monroe. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Parker, and it's Vaughn in for Chris Middleton. On the court for the Bucks, Alexis Ajinça is out there with Miles Plumlee. Then it's Carter Williams. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Vaughn in at the shooting guard position. The Warriors have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Barnes against Plumlee. Plumlee with the screen. Off the pick. Again, Carter Williams missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Warriors trail by 16. Now the pass to Looney. Golden State moving it around. Young for 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Over to the wing. The shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. Ajinça with the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 18.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pondexter dishes to Young. And the Warriors miss again.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
The runner, and it's Agenza missing. Golden State's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Young with the basket on the assist by Johnson. And that's 13 points for Freak. Bucks leading by 15. And there's the feed to Carter Williams. There's the pick. Pass to Vaughn. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul.
Harrison Barnes.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Bucks have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. The Warriors making a switch here. Clark's checked in. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Golden State's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Young passes to Barnes. Tries a 3. Young's shot is off. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Plumlee with the screen. And here is Carter Williams. 11 points in the game. Agenza kicks to Carter Williams. Vaughn the pass to Agenza. 5 to shoot. Here's Carter Williams. The teardrop falls in. Carter Williams has got 4 this quarter.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
On its way from Young for 2, and that's not going to go. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Bucks on top, just dominant. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Milwaukee also making some changes. Alexis Agenza comes in for Chris Middleton, and Miles Plumlee's subbed in for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bucks.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And, Greg, you know, as interconference opponents, tonight was their only chance to get that revenge. I mean, they won't see each other in the regular season again until next season.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Antetokounmpo. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Young in at point guard. Also Johnson out there. Henry Sims out there with Quincy Pondexter. That's the Warriors' 5. Young misses. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without Michael Carter Williams.
He deserves a ton of credit on how many areas of the game he impacted tonight.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith,
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Warriors in Oakland. And it's been disappointing lately for Golden State. Just one win over the last 7 games. They're not happy with how they're playing, looking to make amends tonight. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game. But anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 2 games. Doesn't mean the teams.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the
I
we
misunderstood
get 2
you.
games a night, remember?
on the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll. Not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, is out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a...
and man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Barefoot.
Hope you've been practicing, man.
Always. You'll see tonight.
I don't doubt it, but I'll be the one putting on the real show.
Yeah, not a vibe, anything to say about it. You better start warming up now if you want to be anywhere near my level.
Always a talker, freak. See you out there, man.
The Warriors have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court here at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. So the Rockets win the tip. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Looney, dishes to Barnes, and he gets it to go. Barnes has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, "We do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys."
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for him.
Here's Young. James Harden picking up that last basket. Johnson kicks to Young. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnover.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
Here's Pondexter. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Stripped away. Augustine with it. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Capella. Now the feed to Booker. Kicks it out to Harden. Here's Augustine. Good as the jump shot falls. Now here is Young. He had 15 points last outing. 52 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Well, it's not just point guards that can pass the rock. Here are the assist leaders among shooting guards over the span of the last month. James Harden is second.
And what that group has a great understanding of is the importance of ball movement. I mean, they can all create their own shot, but their superb ability to set up teammates really stands out.
Yeah, I think you got to attribute it to the unselfish attitude that each of them has. I mean, sure, they're going to attack and make sure they get their points, but they get just as much satisfaction in racking up assists, too.
And the Rockets making a change here. Splitters checked in. Wright sets a screen. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. And the Rockets with possession here, trailing by 4. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bogut, and it's Young in at the point guard. That's the Warriors 5. Rockets trail by 4. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Harden. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
He dishes it to Augustine, and he gets it to go. Augustine's got his second basket.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
It's Young on the wing, headed by Augustine. The offensive rebound.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
Screen by Howard. Harden kicks to Beasley. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Beasley's got the game tied up here for the Rockets. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Young with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Harden against Young. Bogut the pass to Young. Again, Young missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Augustine, Howard. Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Iguodala.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Augustine. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Harden on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. The shot no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, a season sweep form last year in this matchup. They were consistent as far as ensuring they beat the teams they were supposed to.
And, you know, that's really the difference between the middle-of-the-road team and the true elites. It's a relatively fine line. It's not just playing at your best, but bringing that consistency night in and night out.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks made some nice plays. He dropped in 15 points and was effective from long range as he got that scoring line by dropping in a good amount of threes. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
Here's Augustine following the basket by Freak. Harden, that's good.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
They set the screen inside. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Harden. Augustine's got 6.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside Make them beat you from deep.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's go over to the sideline with doors. It's a tie game.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I want to go over some things before we get back out there. The top thing for me has been that we've come up with some decent buckets because we made a savvy play on D.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back. Some changes for Golden State. Ian Clark comes in for Andre Iguodala. Young is subbed in for Sean Livingston. Wright is checked in for Houston. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Darrell Wright. Harden out there with Corey Brewer. Then there's Beasley, and it's Howard in at the 5 spot. It's Harden with the drive. Wright dishes to Howard. Here's Harden, and that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And that's 15 points for James Harden.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
On its way from Young for 2, and the jumper is on the mark. Rockets leading by 4. And Young comes over to help. And Wright kicks to Beasley. Goes up at the stripe. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Beasley's got 8.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Young passes to Clark. Bogut against Howard. 6 to shoot. Young for 3. Again, Young missing.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Young against Harden. Here's Brewer. The rebound by Young.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The second chance effort, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. He's got 11. 1:41 left here in the third quarter. Brewer pushes to Howard. A steal. Here's the break. Here's Young. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt, with 23,924 rebounds. His name synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks, over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that.
Another miss by Houston. The Warriors have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Pass to Bogut to the middle. Kicks it out to Johnson. On its way from Young for 2 to tie. James Harden with the rebound. Houston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. They set the pick, and Brewer kicks to Harden. A second chance effort. No good from Booker. The Warriors trail.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
The 3 from Barnes. Good on the shot. Barnes has got 7 points in the game.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. Brewer passes to Harden. Here's the 3. The rebound by Young. Young's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
And here's Harden looking to end the run. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. The Warriors on top, leading by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Some changes here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Barnes. Young is subbed in for Sean Livingston. And a switch here also for Houston. Booker's checked in. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. Bogut out there with Looney. And it's Young in at the 1 spot. That's the Warriors 5.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and 1 there.
He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8.
You look at the stats for Young. 12 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Howard's checked in for Splitter. Beasley comes in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Booker. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Okay, guys, we are up, but the game is far from over.
And the Warriors with some changes. Henry Sims is checked in for Bogut. Pondexter comes in for Looney, and Ian Clark subbed in for Thompson. And then for Houston, Splitter is checked in for Howard. Booker comes in for Michael Beasley. And Decker subbed in for James Harden.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Augustine with the steal.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
Well, a careless foul, and he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And the foul called on the Golden State Warriors. It's going to be on Freak.
DJ Augustine, 3 shots.
Take a breather, gentlemen. 3 shots. 3 shots.
So the first of 3 is good, and that trims the lead to 6. He makes the second free throw, and that brings them within 5. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Beasley for three. Money! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And he is unable to get the second one. Harden outside. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Tremendous work all the way down to the wire. You were just wondering what would happen next. Major drama, and we saw good.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for